Hi, I'm an old guy and I do maths, and today we have the sort of problem that my students don't really like. It's a worded problem. It did come with a drawing, which we'll get to in a moment. Let's just go through it. 2 points, A and B, on opposite sides of a lake. A third point, C, is 300 meters from A. Angles BAC and BCA are 80 and 53 degrees respectively. What's the distance from A to B? Okay, so let's just take this a little more slowly. 2 points, A and B. They're on opposite sides of a lake. This is my artist's impression of a lake here. And C is 300 meters from A. So that distance there is 300 meters. Angle BAC is 80 degrees. Angle BCA is 53 degrees. So that's all the information in there. What we're being asked to find is the distance from A to B. So let's tidy this up. Let's get out the ruler and draw this in a way in which it's easier to think about. Now this is not to scale or anything like that. So we have A up here, we have 80 degrees, we have C here and 53 degrees, that is 300 meters, and we have point B here, and we're looking for this distance. So that's it tidied up. Now, the question is, how do we do this? And the problem is that this is not a right angle, and so normal trigonometry won't work. We don't know, even assuming this were a right angle, we don't know this length, so there's no way of using Pythagoras. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to use the sine rule, or at least I've chosen to use the sine rule, and the sine rule is as follows. A over the sine of A equals B over the sine of B, and C, which equals C over the sine of C. And those of you who are paying attention will have noticed that I should have written this with a capital A, this with a capital B, and this with a capital C. This should be a small b, and this should be a small a, because we name sides and angles, angles with capitals and sides with small letters. So it's obviously going to be one of those days. Okay, so what is side A? Well, this is side A here. What is side B? This is side B here. It's opposite the angle. And this is side C. Okay, so let's transfer this information to a fresh page and go to work. So I'm going to draw this yet again. Doesn't matter really what size it is, exactly what it looks like or anything. This is wildly out of scale. That's 80 degrees, that's 53 degrees, that's A, that's C, that's B, that's 300 meters. We don't know what this is. Don't take anything from the relative size of these. This is just a very quick drawing. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try and figure out that angle. Now that's a fairly simple job. It's 180 minus 80 minus 53, and that gives me 47 degrees. That's going to be useful. Now the sine rule again, and I'm going to just put in the relevant parts of it. So what we know is the following. We know this angle, we know this length. we know this angle and we're looking for this length. So let's go to work. B, which is this side, B, 300 over the sine of B, which is 47 degrees, so the sine of 47 degrees, is equal to C, which is this length, over the sine of 53 degrees. Now we can rewrite this as follows. Sine 53 degrees times 300 over the sine of 47 degrees is going to equal C, and that's going to give us our length here. So let's get to work with that. So sine 53 degrees times 300 divided by the sine of 47 degrees is equal to 327 we'll call it 0.6. There's my working there. You can see that on the calculator, 327.6. That is reasonable given the angles and this length. Don't, as I say, pay attention to the relative size of my drawing of this length compared to that. That is how we find it. So we what did we do? Well, we needed to find one extra angle so that we had two angles and one side, and we could then find a second side. And we used the ratio of B over the sine of B equaling C over the sine of C. Rearranging this, basically multiplying through by the sine of 53, which got rid of this and brought the sine of 53 to this side of the equation. So sine 53 degrees times 300 divided by 47 gave us 327.6 meters. And that is how you do it. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you found that useful. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.